Shot my first deer. She turned and looked back, and I put it right behind her shoulder. Super blessed, man. Super blessed. Lord knows I've been hunting hard. I thank the Lord, man. I thank the Lord.
What is up, everybody? I hope you are well. Thank you for checking out The Intent. Man, I am excited to come to you guys tonight. I literally got my shoes off, chilling upstairs at the spot. And just, man, first and foremost, I got to give all glory and honor to God. As you can see from the subject line of this video, I recently, this past Sunday, harvested my first deer. Like, man, it's been a journey, bro. And I wanted to record this video for myself, for future references, for other new hunters, guys who are getting into it later in life. I'm 29. I turned 30 this year. No matter what state you come from, whatever the case may be, but my heart goes out to those guys who have a similar background as me as well, who are your non-traditional, if you will, say hunters. So definitely have a heart and a love for that ministry of getting. So first day we actually saw deer, I went with my dad and we sat, and man, we saw deer. Like, saw a huge buck, and this is probably going into like the first like part of my notes that I made, is that we saw a doe that walked out, came down the shooting lane, but didn't commit, dashed off into the woods. Didn't spook or anything like that, but she had a buck that was after her. And right now, to give you some context, I think the rut dates are November 17th right now for this region of North Carolina. And this is late, so we're talking about it's December 1st that I actually, and let's say you got 10 by 42 binoculars from Vortex like myself, it could be useful for you to look through your rifle scope. So I have a Diamondback 12 by sun number by 40 rifle scope. And while the illumination is not as great when it gets close to shooting time, the crispness of, if that's a word, crispness of visibility is a lot better, I've noticed, when I magnify all the way to 12 as opposed to when I use the 10 by 42 binoculars. And that can make a lot of difference when you're like hunting on specific properties that have rules and regulations as to what you can take, what you can harvest on the property, if you're counting points and things of that nature. That's definitely important to definitely know pretty early down that way. So if you want to use all of your legal shooting hours and time, I would definitely suggest, getting some practice in on the range, getting familiar with your rifle scope as well, but like figuring out where you're comfortable with taking that shot and making a good ethical shot with the light that you have left. And that last number that's on the magnification, I'm not an expert, but that last number, for example, when I talked about the Diamondback, so 12 by whatever it is, 12 by 4 or whatever, by 40, the bigger the last number, the more like light that it sucks in. And somebody can fact check me. This is YouTube. I have no problem with that. But basically, your scope is going to be bigger on the end, the bigger that last number is, and that gives you like more visibility. I'm not sure on range, but it gives you more visibility and it can suck in more light. Scent is very important. I haven't harvested enough deer in enough scenarios yet to be able to say that scent management isn't important. What I will say is I literally saw a video today where a guy used cologne as his scent management and still harvested a deer. Man, everybody hunts different, bro. Like, everybody hunts different. What works for one person, you ask another person, or 10 different people, it may be different for the next. So for me, I decided not to use the spray. I had like the scent down, whatever it's called, body wash. I know my skin. And after buying it and looking at the ingredients, I was like, bro, I'm not about to be breaking out for all this. So I just got like a basic $12 bottle from Bass Pro Shop, sprayed it over my shoes, tried to get the bottom of my boots as well, over my clothes, and went out there, man. And I would say, like, I sprayed my dad down as well. I'm not saying that it's not a thing, but it's a thing that can be managed. I think there's enough products out there and ways that you can get around it. So I want to kind of get into some of these things, man. So blind etiquette. Again, everybody hunts their way, but it's the blind for me. I have tried every avenue of like hunting hard, if you will. I've done the still hunting, I've done dog hunting, went out with a friend to go dog hunting, fell asleep on a stump, waiting, gone out into the woods, like spot and stalk, done still hunting on my family's property as well, find a good stump, get it back up against the wall, look for the bedding area for scraping signs and hunting the signs, which is another big thing. I believe in hunting for sign. I've also pulled a permit. Blind or not, it does get hot in there, man. So, I mean, all the clothes that you can possibly wear, like I said, I got Sitka hat on. My wife bought me a Sitka under hoodie. I literally threw a First Light hoodie because I fell in love with First Light watching Meat Eater during the pandemic. So that was like my first hunting outerwear hoodie. Threw that over the top, rocked it out with a pair of brown khaki pants I think I got from Walmart and some boots, man. Like, a lot of stuff looks great, man, and you can spend a ton of money on gear. And anybody who hunts or is getting into hunting knows this, watching this video. You can spend a lot of money on gear, bro, and not even use it. God's honest truth, depending on how you hunt, I can't express enough how your system that you utilize for where you'll be hunting, how you'll be hunting. Are you out on a stump in the woods? Are you spotting and stalking? Are you running dogs out in the cold? Are you sitting in a heated blind? You know, whatever the case may be, you got to look at that based on you and your budget and make a best decision from there. So definitely don't be peer pressure that like, man, maybe all I got money for is this camo hoodie from Cabela's Instinct or something. Just throwing out some brands. I'm not sponsored by any of these people at all. But if they want to throw it back, hello, hey, I'm here. But yeah, man, don't feel bad about that at all. The most important thing of many important things of the woods is like being comfortable. What do you feel most comfortable when you're taking that shot, when you're moving around inside the blind and trying to be as comfortable as possible? Like, what fits best for you? And that comes down from what you wear, comfortability, also your rifle. Like, I have a bog, I got the bipod, it's not a tripod, but I have the bog, Def Grip, whatever. It's like one of those like bipod things. And I see it having functionality in some scenarios, but inside a blind, I didn't absolutely use it. I have a tripod, I have a bipod that's already mounted to my 308, to my rifle. Savage Arms 110, Chamberlain 308. And I tried to put it up on top of that, and it just didn't feel good. Like I was sitting down, and I just didn't feel good with it. So what did I do? I just propped that gun up, held that sucker tight. I got the microphone all over here. Hopefully it's loud enough to pick up my voice. But I held that sucker up tight, put it right down the edge of the window, and knocked the deer down, man. Like I just say a lot of stuff, man, you will buy as a new hunter and you think you need it for every functionality because your favorite YouTube hunting guy or whatever has it. And hey, we all got bills to pay, don't get me wrong. But I think the more time you spend outdoors, whether that's on public and learning about yourself, you learn what you actually need, man. But for me, in deer hunting or whatever, for this being my first full season here in North Carolina, evening sits are most ideal for me. My first time ever in a raised like box blind was with my cousin down in eastern North Carolina, and I saw more deer. At one point, there were 7 deer in the field in a food plot area with probably like a max 200 yard shot. I saw more deer at one time than I ever did in my life. And it was an evening time. So for me, like with having those responsibilities to do in the morning and really getting out and maybe saying, hey, all I've got is 2 days or 3 days, or maybe all I've got is the weekend. So, if you want to, because it's really about time in the woods, man. Like you can't get them from off the couch. You got to be out there. So you got to find the most optimum time that works for you and your schedule to get out there. And if you look at it, especially if you're shooting modern rifle, like, so wanted to discuss Eastern scents to attract bucks. I definitely did use a scent bomb from Tinks. I think Tinks has been around for a long time. I can't remember how long, but it was something that was suggested by one of my good brothers, man. Joseph, good dude, man. Good dude. Good man of God. Did it work? All kinds of stuff. People can have fancy things. If you just go get you a bag of corn, I've have hundreds of pictures on my Revel Cam of sweet potatoes and corn, and I can tell you that they eat both. So, example, or a sporting preserve, or at least I am looking for something that's no more than an hour's drive away from home and family. I'm looking for something that has food plots already set up, feeders that are running 365 days a year. I'm looking for a turnkey solution. Like if I'm paying the dollars, I'm looking for a turnkey solution. I just want to show up and I want to go hunt. Like that's I want a bathroom, clean bathroom I can use if lodging. If I need to spend the night or something like that, maybe you harvest something and after you get done cleaning the animal, whatever is late at night, you're like, man, I want to drive back. I want to get a hotel tonight. You can stay at the lodge. Like I want a turnkey solution. And if I'm going to the preserve, or I have family in town, or we're doing the holiday thing, and everybody's here, we want to stay together and want to hunt, I'm going preserve. And I've seen $2,900. God dog, I've seen $3,200 for a season, for a lease on one of those like private property type scenarios. I've seen on up I've seen on up from there when it comes to the actual preserves, whatever the case may be. So I mean, if you look at the ratio of how frequently you're going to be able to be hunting, which tags you want to utilize if you're going to use all of your doe tags. Let's say if you got 3 or 4 doe tags, let's say you got 2 buck tags in this particular state, then let's say 2 plus 5 is 7. You got 7 deer tags in general. I'm just focusing on deer for this video. So if you hunted for 7 days and you got 1 deer each day of those tags, then you're tagged out in 7 days, right? Would you pay $4,000 for a full season's lease for 7 tags that you can knock out in 1 solid week of hunting? Now, if you spread out those 7 days, 1 day out of the weekend, every Saturday for the whole season, or that you have, or whatever the case may be, that might be a little different. But I think for me, as I'm looking at it, and a couple of my guys have been talking about it too, that are like, working full time, whatever, don't have that much time to get in the stand, but just want to get out a couple of hours. Sometimes these little 1 day, $150 situations, you can go and book a stand just for yourself, a good box bond for yourself, or you can get on something. I think that's going to take off and be huge in the market, man, of guys who either, don't want to pay top dollar, or, it's not quite in budget to pay for those top dollar leases, but say, hey, I could pay for a day. I see it from both sides, from the owner side of saying, hey, they're going to market and getting more people out, getting more bookings, as well as people who just want to, have a turnkey solution and just be super quick and easy. I believe in shooting mature deer. Bucks or does, really. Both mature. Did I have to break the ice first? I have not harvested a deer. So my expectations, while high for myself, I feel like I'm an overachiever. I want to go out and I want to harvest a 12-point buck, whatever the case may be, 200, whatever. Yeah, that sounds good to say, but is that a reality for where I'm at, how often I can get outdoors, whatever the case may be? And I was to have this opportunity and this privilege, man. I wanted to share this video and have something to kind of come back to, as I'm sure I'm going to get on huge bucks in my hunting and shooting career. But I just wanted to touch on these kind of 11 points. I think I touched on everything. These different 11 points that I definitely learned. And just to recap, less is more when it comes to clothing. Scent control is important, but don't overdo it. Blind etiquette is super important on what you take into the blind. Understanding how you hunt and how frequently you are actually able to go hunt is important to base on the properties that you want to choose to, whether it's public versus private, preserves, or whatever the case may be. And ultimately setting realistic expectations for yourself and where you are in your hunting career. Super important. So yeah, guys, I'm excited about this. I'm excited to be an influence to other people to get outdoors. I believe the outdoors is for everyone. I believe we all can benefit by getting some fresh air and experiences. If you like what you saw today, or you have comments, leave a comment in the comment section below. I definitely love feedback as well, man. I'm on this journey of learning. I'm not saying I'm an expert at all, but yeah, excited to get more experiences out there and provide an avenue and space for people to connect and fall in love with a hobby that I'm definitely falling in love with as well, a lifestyle that I've fallen in love with. So this is the intent. A lot of words, a lot of talking, but I had to get this video done. To God be the glory. Until next time, man. Take care.
Congratulations. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Hey, I'll take this guy.
Okay, perfect.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
What's up, bro? How you doing? Good.
All right.
Picking up two.
So we got
360 and 361.
we got sausage. Let's see. Ground meat with beef fat. No beef fat. Oh, fat.